How's it going, everybody? Mike here, November 12th. What I want to do going into the weekend is talk about what's been happening with merch by Amazon over the last couple of days. And the reason is I've been having many conversations with not only you guys watching my videos on YouTube, but a few other conversations with people who have been in this business for a while. And there are a number of theories kind of flying around. And that's what I wanted to discuss, because it looks like even the comments that I've received, and I'll go mostly over that, over the last couple of days, ever since I put out a video basically talking about, that this could be trouble, for my account, and then showed the difference between, let's say 2 weeks ago and what's been happening with my sales, and then, what has actually happened over the last couple of days. And there have been, the response has basically been, most people, I would say 90% of you guys are basically saying, yep, we are actually experiencing the exact same thing. And then there are other people basically saying, hey, listen, this happens every single year, a week or two before Black Friday, and it's completely normal. And so let's talk about that, because my opinion is that this is a little different, because I've actually been looking, and I'll show you guys in a second, at my sales over the last couple of years, starting with November to December of 2018, to see if there is a significant dip. Right? There's always a bit of a dip, but around this time, but not like this. This to me feels a little different, because and people are talking about, and people haven't used this term in a couple of years, which is throttling products, which means that basically, and this is one of the theories, that Amazon can't keep up with the demand, that they simply don't have the supplies in-house, and they're not actually able to print and ship the products, so they're basically hiding or throttling some of those listings, and that's why a bunch of us are actually experiencing this. So basically, let's look at this and we'll talk about those different theories. This person here says, my big, and I've only selected comments for those videos where I'm doing those sales updates and actually talking about the big dip. So this is completely related to the, the topic of conversation. But this person says, the big sellers also took a dip in sales. I used to get sales from them every day. However, I'm starting to get more sales in your listings I put up a week ago. It's very strange. Hopefully things will get better. And I have actually noticed that same thing. The products that I listed sometimes 2 years ago that haven't sold in like a year, but have sales, so they're still active listings, and products that I've listed in the last, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks are selling. Products where I had regular sales are not selling, and including my best sellers, and I'm talking about the best sellers where I would get more than 10 sales a day, have simply stopped selling, as if the listings don't exist anymore. Some people are saying, hey, that's all part of the process. So for me, I do have a bit of skepticism and a hesitation believing that this is part of the process. Now, I would love to, I hope that's right. I really hope that's right, because that would mean that, this is temporary and whatever has happened will actually end, because it's part of the regular process. I fear, though, that it might be something else. Sales of my best sellers have stopped as well over the past few days. Today, as of 2:30, I'm only at 3 sales compared to like 10 or more or so by this time. Weirdly, though, the 3 sales are from designs that have never sold before. So these are 2 people that are kind of going through the same thing, and I'm experiencing the same problem. I've suffered from this problem since December, Ollie here says, I had a big uplift in sales, in U.S. sales, that has approached the weekend, and then a massive drop-off from Friday onward of about 70% less than the daily average last week. And that's kind of what I also experienced, exactly the same. None of my best sellers are selling, but strangely, practically every U.S. sale has been a first sale of a design. So again, we're seeing the repetition here of that pattern. So 3-4 people, including myself, are experiencing the exact same thing. And there's an opinion here Amazon seems to be a tricky marketplace. I think the only way to win is to have a handful of really good sellers plus loads of consistent weekly, monthly evergreens. So I kind of, there's so many different theories about, what the best strategy is. I've seen people, make something like 40, 50,000 sales in a month or two after their product goes viral. I've seen people in, tier 100 or 500, get something like 10,000 sales because they ran ads through Instagram. So there's all different kinds of theories. I see people in tier 200,000 that are making $6,000 in profits, which would be considered on the lower end for that tier, because most of their designs are evergreens and scalable designs. So it's all over the place. People don't know. This person here says, my sales completely stopped just before Halloween and I've had no sales for 11 days. I'm only in tier 100, but before this, I usually, get a steady dip in sales and rarely go more than a couple of days without one. It seems that most sellers I know took a big drop after Halloween, so I suspect Amazon is making changes and throttling the amount of listings that are visible. Hopefully, it will pick up later in the month. I hope so, and I completely agree. People are talking about throttling more and more. Like I said, that hasn't happened in a couple of years, but once in a while we actually get this around Christmas time. Same here, this person says. Tier 1000, last week I had 2 days where 2 items sold over 11. Majority of sales is due to one product. The last couple of days, 1 or nothing. Hopefully it picks up in December. I won't start running Christmas ads until December 1st. John here says the algorithm is changing. I really, like I said, I really hope these are the things that are actually happening, because maybe in the long run, the algorithm might be better for us, right? As of right now, my sales have personally suffered pretty majorly. I'm in tier 100. I was making daily sales before all this happened, and I'm suspecting that she no longer is. My 2 bestsellers usually have a BSR bestseller rank in 200,000s. They even dip below 100,000 sometimes. Now they're in the 700s, and this person changed the price by $1 a few days ago, and they both sold twice each the next day, then quiet again. Today I made 3 sales by 10 a.m., then nothing the rest of the day. So this is kind of what people are experiencing. There's a couple more comments that I actually think are very good that I don't agree with, but I think and hope that they're right. There's definitely something screwy going on. My sales took a steep plunge, and other than a few merch fanboy cheerleaders, most of the Facebook groups are saying the same thing. Interesting but scary. This shows the danger in company ruling the world. Yeah, I completely agree. Did you get any more sales? Yes, I did. In this case, I put out a video fairly early in the morning, and then in the afternoon I did get a few more sales. Not only you, but a lot of people talk about the worst Q4 ever. Me too. My sales increased by half from September. Really bad situation. I think something happened in the background. Ollie's also saying again that Amazon is totally changing their algorithm. I hope so. To test designs that don't get noticed due to products with low bestseller ranks. Practically every sale is a new sale, and that's kind of how I feel, and a bunch of other people, as you've noticed before. This person's also basically confirming, yep, sales are dropping, and then asking, maybe it's copycats that have copied my bestseller for sure, but I don't think that I would see that big of a dip. If it's just 1 or 2 copycats that put out similar products. On my Amazon ad account, I noticed an ineligible T-shirt. When I investigated the reason, for the item not showing was picture not available. Also, while doing research, I saw T-shirts that displayed the size page only. This person here is saying, so this is the one that I actually am and the next one disagree with, not this one. Actually, it would be this one. So there's always a dip in sales before Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Also, merchants increase their advertising in Q4. So I agree with that, but I did respond to this and basically said I don't think that actually it would make that big of an impact. Like for me, it makes more sense if it is something like throttling, if certain products are not available for sale, but just because it's Black Friday or Cyber Monday, like people won't stop shopping. And actually, for some reason, the comment that I wanted to talk about the most is not showing up, so I must have selected the wrong ones, but that's okay. And it was basically a person saying that people are trained not to, or like kind of like are used to not shopping for a few weeks before Black Friday or Cyber Monday, and that's why we're seeing this. I don't agree with that. I honestly think it's something else. Changing the algorithm makes sense to me. Supply issues make sense to me. Throttling makes sense because those are the kinds of declines that I would expect from that, but nothing else. Jason here saying mine has tanked too since last Friday. I thought it was just me. They paused cell phone because they couldn't keep up. They might be throttling shirts to keep up. I sold 50 shirts last week and 17 this week. And that's kind of the difference that I'm seeing. I think I sold 150 last week and something like 50 this week, maybe 60 or 70. Amazon's killing us. Sales are 70% decline in November for me. My only guess is they have a smart algorithm that tries to limit each seller during a high demand of the holidays. Maybe. Everyone still gets some sales without overloading their production facilities. That's actually a really good point. If you ran merch by Amazon, how would you handle the overload? Yeah, build more facilities, maybe. Throttle the workflow, maybe. So anyways, that's kind of the consensus here, or I guess the few different opinions, but overall people are feeling, that there is a significant dip in sales, and people are, the theories are algorithm throttling, maybe they're just preparing for Q4 in December, but there are very few people that actually agree with the theory that, people are just simply not shopping because Black Friday is coming up or Cyber Monday. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Are you guys still experiencing this? Are your sales improving? Let me flash what my sales have been like over the last couple of days, and then I'll show you so you can compare. So this is where I am right now. Last 7 days, 40 sales. Down from 170 this month total, 100 in the U.S. And as you can see here, like I've gone from 20 something to 17 to 19 to 9 to 1, and then here we are. This is like mystery land. I have no idea what's going to happen. So anyways, that's it. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. I've also noticed the increase in the daily limit for uploads, 1800. I've still been sticking to that. I'm not giving up. As you can see here, 137,000 products. It's pretty crazy, and then to get one sale, but that's the reality we're dealing with, and hopefully Amazon knows what's good for us. Today, so far, I have 6 sales, 2 in the US. You can't see it's right off the screen. 2 in Italy and 2 in Japan. So on average, I've been doing 10 sales or more a day, which is good, but I mean the US sales have just tanked. Anyways, I'll wrap it up here. 14 minutes into the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon.